Hello. I believe we're on the air.
Sorry. Did you start that?
You're listening to the Jacobah System.
Hello.
We are here today, and we are going to be reviewing a little film.
Are we at Mass right now?
You're not listening to NPR. That's actually
Oh, all right.
That's
Sorry.
what I'm trying to do is cool, relaxed comic book movie review voice, right?
Yeah, that's not gonna fly. I'm too excited.
Do your normal voice. Stop talking weird.
I'm not talking weird.
Well, you guys are talking like that. I'm basically thinking of Lionel Richie right now.
Lionel Richie, why?
I don't know.
All right.
I think it's the whole 80s aspect.
What?
Okay, so last night we got a lot of 80s because of the Guardians.
Right.
We did.
Yeah, we saw the second one.
We did.
And then
David
right now I just have Lionel Richie was not in the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 though.
No, he was not.
But he sang All Night Long, right?
He did. He did sing that, which was not even in the film.
Yeah.
Karla, you had a different soundtrack going.
It's what happens when I don't have my glasses.
She made her awesome.
I was wondering. You were wearing.
My hearing changes.
She was wearing sunglasses during the film. I suspected that she was high.
I wish.
She made her own Awesome Mix Volume 3.
No. So we went to Guardians.
Well, hang on. Let me do the intro. This is the first. This is the first official podcast of
the inaugural.
Yes.
What?
Of the Jacobah System, our new show, where we're going to be talking about comic books, movies, toys, all nerdy stuff that we love.
What kind of toys?
Every kind of toys.
Oh my goodness.
I have plenty of toys in my toy chest.
Oh, okay.
I'm not involved in any of this.
Okay. Okay.
Mostly Star Wars toys, because you've been involved in those videos.
I have. Yes, I've been coerced. I've been coerced into them.
I have a Batmobile. That's all I have. Well, that and I have a Batgirl Barbie doll.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That exists.
Nice.
Yes, it does. And it's amazing.
Is it like a vintage Batgirl, or is it like
We should see if there's a commercial
I'm
for
sure it would be, except for the fact that it's not vintage.
Okay.
Except for the fact that it's not.
Could I?
You bought it yesterday, right?
No, I know. No, a friend got it for me for Christmas.
Nice.
Like years ago.
Okay.
Took me a while to find, but
Okay.
no, I'm kidding.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, let's introduce ourselves. My name is Jake. I'm, I guess, the host of the Jacobah System, and I got two of my good buddies here doing the podcast with me.
Hi, I'm Jake's buddy, number one, and my name is better known as Joel. And I'm excited. I do a lot of reviews for the Con Guy with Jake when he wants to watch a bad movie.
If you watch the Con Guy videos, the Star Wars toy reviews, Joel's the weird one.
Yeah, that's about right.
I'm just kidding.
I'm the weird one.
And
yes.
who else do we have
Because
here
he's
today?
a drummer.
Yeah.
My name is Karla. I am Jake's acquaintance. We haven't gotten to the friendship level yet, so.
She's not Caucasian. She is lovely and Latino.
What?
What's that?
We're laying all the cards out on the tables here.
She's lovely. She's lovely.
Oh, thank you, Joel.
She's lovely and Latino.
She's a lovely Latina.
There we go. Yeah. Okay, now we're friends.
Yes, we are friends now.
That works.
Okay. So anyways, I guess the main point of this podcast is we're going to be doing a movie review because we all recently saw Guardians of the Galaxy Vol.2, which is really, really good.
Yes.
Amazing.
That's it. Goodbye. No.
Yeah, that's it. We're done here. Yeah, it was mediocre at best.
So I saw it last week on Thursday. It's weird how they do that now, where like movies used to be like the midnight showing. Like everyone's like, I'm going at midnight. It's gonna be great.
And then they realized old people can't stay up that late.
Right.
Like
so now,
us.
Like me. Like men in their 30s who are like, I can't do it.
I did almost sleep, but not because it was like boring. It was amazing. I just was very comfortable. And it's a good soundtrack. Lionel Richie.
My first experience.
Joke, but
my first experience with the earlier like Thursday night showings, I think, was like when they did. I think the first time was like the Amazing Spider-Man, the one from like 2012.
Who's like, I'm Spider-Man. Those are the best secrets, not promises, not to keep.
Oh my goodness.
But I remember like me and my friend Lane were totally planning on doing the midnight showing, and we looked up the times online, and it was like, it says there's a 7 o'clock. Like, is this new? Is this
heresy?
Right.
But that doesn't make sense. The movie doesn't come out till tomorrow.
Yeah. And then we were like, I guess they're doing it early for whatever reason. But now, I mean, I'm sure everyone knows, but if a movie is supposed to come out on like a Friday, they'll start showing it on Thursday night.
It really comes out on a Thursday.
Right. So I went to go see it with my buddy Nick last Thursday, and we both thought it was just awesome. We were both so happy. We were the sequel thing's weird because like it can either
Yeah.
it can go either way.
Yeah, it can go either way, and typically the pattern is it goes south more than north.
Chris Pratt nailed it.
Yep.
Yeah. So Karla and we went last night. It wasn't like a romantic thing. There was a group of us. In fact, I got stuck by myself, unfortunately.
He wanted to be by himself.
No, I didn't. It just happened. It just happened. So like my friends.
Stop trying to break up with me without dating me, dude.
My friends were all sitting to the left, and my roommate was like, "Oh, by the way, like I had to get one seat all by itself. You understand?" And I'm like,
he did not say that to you.
he may have.
He said it to the group.
And you were he said
and
it.
you took it personally.
He just said it to the group, staring right at Joel. Like, so one of us is gonna have to sit off by himself.
And I'm just like, one of us? He means me. But it's okay. It's okay. I
hate when that happens.
I kept on staring at Joel because I wanted to share my popcorn and cotton candy.
Well,
were you like really far from him, or was it like?
No, we could have held hands. We could have held hands.
I actually have some cotton candy.
Oh.
Whoa.
No, I'm not sharing. Yesterday was sharing.
Oh.
I didn't. Yeah. So, yeah, it was a good
I
time.
just wanted to set the mood.
Yeah.
It was a good time. I sat next to a middle-aged woman. I don't know her name. We didn't talk.
But that was romantic.
But
And she's not your friend.
she is not.
She's gonna be the guest in the next episode.
Although
we want to get her opinion.
Yeah.
I love it.
She didn't laugh at all. I was like, "Isn't this funny?"
Yeah.
She didn't laugh at all.
She didn't appreciate Joel elbowing her.
He's
arm
like,
over her.
"Yeah,
Yeah, get it from the last one, man."
And now we know why Jake sent Joel over on the other side.
He's like, "If I'm going to enjoy this movie, I'm going to get him as far as away." I'm sorry, buddy. There weren't any more seats. I tried to get us all in a cluster, but it didn't work.
I hate when that happens when you go with a group and it's like you have to all get all out of
It's the worst.
line and stuff.
It's
That
the
happened
worst.
when we went to go see Logan first time with my two friends. We were like,
So say we sat together.
yeah. Well, I saw it with you the second time.
I'm
First
always
time I saw it.
always a sloppy seconds.
Yeah.
Cinema sloppy seconds is like
I got to see the movie first without Joel's constant talking through. No.
It's true. It's true. Like, what's happening?
Who's that guy? What's going on?
Why does that guy have claws coming out of it? And no, I'm kidding.
No, but it's the same thing happened. We bought tickets and we're like, oh yeah, we're not going to do the 3D or whatever. We're just going to go get the regular seat. And the theater was like packed and all the seats were kind of like, sporadically like placed in there. So we had to sit like a row. They sat like a row behind me, a couple seats down. So it kind of sucked because every time a cool part in the movie happened, you'd be like, yeah, like looking over your shoulder, like, yeah, guys, right?
Yeah, like Jake and I were doing that too. We were like high-fiving across the aisle. We were like,
They weren't high-fiving. They were like just twinkling their fingers together.
We like high-fived.
Yeah.
Although Karla and I had a moment during the Thor trailer.
Oh yeah, so
We did.
A major one.
Okay, if I'm not mistaken, you said to me with your eyes, like, we're seeing that together?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
I'm getting better. I'm getting better.
I said it with my eyes and my eyebrows.
hey, all right.
Yeah.
But her heart said something different.
My heart
heart says-
could not contain the
Her
excitement
heart
of that
says
prospect.
she loves
The Hulk.
Thor. What's Thor's name? What's the actor?
Chris Hemsworth.
The Hemsworth brother one.
His mother was a seamstress.
You can tell I'm a huge fan.
His mother was a seamstress. She made mean hems. Like, she could hem a pair of pants.
All right, that's it.
Well, that's what it is. People's last names originated from their profession.
I guess so.
Like
yeah.
anyone named Smith came from a family of blacksmiths.
Okay.
So, obviously, if your last name's Hemsworth, you hemmed pants for a very expensive price.
He's on to something.
Yeah.
Because I'll hem those pants, but you gotta give me a little more. Hems more. Or worth. Hemsworth. I got his name.
Hemsworth?
Hemsworth, I guess.
I got his name wrong already.
Okay.
I changed it.
So that trailer has been out for a while, and
That was my first time seeing it.
oh, you haven't seen it yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
It's
hadn't.
So good.
We like giggled when.
I have ad block on my computer.
Well, I saw Jeff Goldblum and I just smiled. Like I just smiled.
He's amazing.
Thor. We
Thor.
need to find these dinosaurs.
Hulk.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
No, more of a DC fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no. Okay, so we should talk about our.
You didn't see any DC trailers though. They didn't show. Well,
It's almost like they're competing.
Yeah.
I know.
I know.
What's
Well,
up with
I don't
that?
know. Sometimes it's weird. Sometimes movies they'll have like both. They'll play trailers from both sides. You know what I mean?
Oh, don't you? Yeah. I mean, there have been characters from like Spawn that have like shown up in like other things.
Oh yeah. Comic was, yeah.
Yeah.
So let's get back to the movie. You guys were both big fans of the first one, right?
Yeah.
I love Guardians of the Galaxy.
Saw it multiple
think-
times.
As I told you in our Captain America photo review, when you said you love the Guardians of the Galaxy, I do. I love the Guardians of the Galaxy, and I love the Iron Man.
So let's get honest.
Trash Panda.
Trash Panda.
Oh my gosh,
I am good.
That was great.
Trash Man.
It's like they
Raccoon deprecation.
knew. It's like they knew what everyone loved from the first one, and then just like
Magnifying it.
just like ramp that up to like 100. Like, you like him dancing? Okay, here's
It was the cutest
baby Groot
thing.
dancing, and then like you like the all like the one-liners and like the stuff from Drax, like his real dry
Oh
sense
my
of
goodness.
humor.
the straight man.
Yeah.
So like the trailer, I knew Drax was going to be like a significant contributor to like some of the humor. Like they kind of highlighted that in the previews, but I gotta say this movie was hilarious, and everybody was
Yeah.
hilarious. Like they all like had their own like rhythm and stride. And I will say this, like I was saying to my roommate as we're coming back, like I think I laughed more at that movie than I have at like some comedies.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because the number one rule about comedy is it's very easy to get a laugh when you don't expect it.
Right.
So when you go to so I went into this like thinking like, oh, it's going to be a great comic book action movie.
Yeah.
I knew there was going to be some humor because but the amount was like so great, and it was like so diverse humor. I was like, I can't remember the last time like I laughed more in a movie.
I agree. Like, I was dying the whole movie, and like my friend Nick was there. We were just like looking at each other just the whole time, like, dude, this is so great.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. All right, what was your favorite? I mean, we talked about the Mary Poppins joke.
Oh.
Yeah,
But I was
that
gonna say-
seems to be the number one favorite from everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've already seen a bunch of memes pop up online where they're like photoshopping Yondu's head onto like Mary Poppins and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
I like when
it's
he
great.
was complimenting the slug girl, whatever her face is.
Oh, Mantis,
Yeah.
Mantis.
Yeah. I liked that, like, basically telling her she's ugly and bored.
Mm-hmm.
And she was so happy.
Yeah, that was hilarious. I liked her.
Yeah, that was a great new character. A very, I guess, welcome breath of fresh air to an already like awesome cast. I'm like, there's so many great characters. They can't have any more out, and it's like, here's another one. It's like, yes, this is a great character. There's nothing. There was no characters in the movie that were like, like every time they show up on screen, you get, everyone was hilarious.
What did you think of them having like Stallone and like Kurt Russell, like all these
goodness.
like iconic action
From the 80s.
from the 80s? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What did you guys think of that?
I thought it was awesome.
Smart. Did it work, or was
Yeah.
it like trying too hard?
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely, it's a movie that knows what it's doing. Like, okay, this movie is a direct kind of like homage to, even though it's not like I don't know, it's hard to explain. There's not a movie from the 80s that it's really copying, I guess, but they know like what all the great stuff from the 80s are, the great actors, the great music, and this and that, and it's like, we know which people, we know what everyone likes about the first one, and here it is. Here's more. Here's, oh, you like the first one, the reference to like the 80s stuff? Well, here's Sylvester Stallone. Like, you know, it's like, oh, okay. Like, here's David Hasselhoff. Like,
Well, it's all
It's
stuff
like-
that a teenage boy or like a young boy would love and watch.
right.
Like, he would watch all of those movies. He would watch those cartoons. And so it's really cool to see them incorporate that.
Well, I loved it too, because very similar to like how Stranger Things had like Winona Ryder, and like I've heard for season 2 like Sean Astin's gonna be in it, and who's the guy from Aliens? The oh shoot, he was in Mad About You or something.
Oh, Paul Reiser.
Paul Reiser.
Yeah.
So
No
so they're
actors' names.
so they're getting all these like, they're taking a page out of that. Like they're getting all these like nostalgic actors to be in these like movies that really, I mean, nostalgia seems really big at the moment.
Oh, for sure.
People seem to be very nostalgic.
I think
I'm
that's
like,
political
There's
right
so
now.
many. There's so. What'd you say?
I think that goes into politics at
Yeah.
this moment. Everyone's like, remember the day?
Right.
so we should talk about politics. Changing the topic
No, we're not.
to politics.
No, but nostalgia, yeah, it's huge. Like the
Freaking
Stranger Things was like the #1 show on Netflix, and it's like a awesome '80s tribute, and
And 90s fashion is back.
for sure.
Yeah.
And then there's so many things from the '90s that have been brought back lately. You know, X-Files, Mystery Science Theater 3000 is back.
Which we'll talk about.
Right.
So good.
Yeah. All these revivals
things.
of like these things that people love is coming back. They brought back Full House, you know, like Full House or whatever. And
So I don't know.
Gilmore Girls is back. Anyone?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, I think like, are you all right?
yeah, sorry. I died in the corner.
Okay.
I promise we're not smoking in here. So I think.
No, I just went down the wrong pipe.
Okay.
Damn it, Karla! You threw my train.
Everyone's alive. Everyone's fine. Don't worry.
Oh.
So, anyways, what do you guys think of the music in the second Guardians?
I loved it, and you just jolted my memory. I wanted to say classic rock. I grew up on like classic rock, and like I kind of love how like it's getting kind of a revival like through these movies. Like people like are like listening to older music, and it's because like they're putting it in like these like popular movies.
It's a great way to introduce new generations to stuff they should know about, but because they're not exposed to it at a young age.
Totally, like
But now because of this, like, you know, there's kids now that are gonna, you know who
Fleetwood Mac is the chain.
Yeah.
I just think it's really well incorporated.
Yeah.
In the story.
It fits perfectly.
Even into the
Birdie.
Birdie.
Crap. Is that another song? I don't know song titles.
What song is it?
Sing it.
Sing.
I can't. The only song I have in my head is Lionel Richie right now.
Which wasn't even in the
Which was not even in the movie.
But that's why I was laughing, because literally you said music and I was just like, oh no. Shoulder shaking. It's all good. Let's dance.
She's wearing a Lionel Richie t-shirt, by the way.
And afro with the beard.
Yeah, I thought it was awesome. I love the choices for this.
The storyline of the mom.
Story.
What's that called?
Brandy?
It's not Brandy.
Brandy,
Is it Brandy?
You're a fine girl.
So I wasn't wearing my glasses.
It's not Birdie.
And apparently affected
They're
my
not
hearing.
singing about the McDonald's mascot, Birdie.
It was Brandy.
Wow, Birdie, you're a fry girl.
You're a bad girl.
Get that milkshake.
No, but seriously, like, I remember, like, doesn't it show the word? I guess I read it as Birdie, and I just went with it and just switched my hearing.
Oh, well, you weren't wearing your glasses.
I wasn't.
So-
Even though I
actually-
wanted to wear my prescription sunglasses.
It was actually the original title.
Yeah.
Birdie. Birdie, Galaxy 2.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you know, I gotta say, I really loved, and I'm just gonna say it, another 80s reference, Howard the Duck.
Oh, goodness.
Howard the Duck.
For those of you who don't know, Joel is obsessed with Howard the Duck.
I love the character Howard the Duck. I hated the George Lucas movie like so many of
Well,
you.
George Lucas, he didn't direct it. He like produced it and.
Stop defending him.
Hey, you know.
You know what, Jake?
We all love him.
He made me watch Howard the Duck,
Well,
and I will never forgive him.
oh my gosh. I mean, I will admit, like I've
Don't
seen
go there,
some pretty bad movies.
It's not good. I'll just say that.
And even now, I gotta give Tim Robbins his respect. I watched Shawshank Redemption, and I was like, holy crap.
He got that movie because of Howard the Duck.
He's like, we love it.
Frank Darabont was like, listen, I'm trying to cast this part. I saw you in Howard the Duck.
Just perfect for the role.
You just had such chemistry with that duck.
I looked at you in that movie and said, that's quacktastic.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh my god.
Oh, you just went there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah, but getting back to it. No, I think I was hoping I would see Howard the Duck. I don't know why.
You saw him in the movie for 1 second.
3, but I had to
Three
stop.
misses
It was a
Vicky's,
nice.
actually.
It was a nice tribute, I guess.
It was.
Because you saw him at the end of the end credits of the last one, so of course.
Well, actually, you see him in the movie.
When you guys went, did you guys have a packed theater, or was it?
Yeah,
It was completely packed.
Yeah.
Was it
so we
very-
went to the Marcus, which is like
Okay.
you know the ones that like you can like recline and basically like I don't know. It's like heaven.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can go to like a normal movie theater now because I have seen
Been
like
spoiled.
I think I've seen like I saw Rogue One there. I saw The Force Awakens there.
Yeah.
I saw Hurt Locker. Not Hurt Locker. Hacksaw Ridge there.
What else
Very
did you see there?
different.
We got time. No.
But like
Talk about everything but the Guardians.
I saw Guardians of the Galaxy 2 there.
Yay!
So anyway, my point was when
Howard
you
the
guys
Duck.
saw it and it was a packed theater? Was the crowd a good crowd to see the movie with? Were people like cheering and laughing and do that?
I was, and
I mean, Joel and I were.
Yeah.
Because I kept on popping up and I would see Joel.
Yeah.
No.
So you can't see it, but he was like spastic arms.
You just saw his like Kermit the Frog arms.
Yeah. Like his excitement allowed me to be very excited.
Oh my gosh.
That makes the movie experience so much better when you're in when you have a good audience and everyone is just like ready, like yeah, come on, and every joke, every reference, people are just responding so well, you know. Because I've seen both sides of that. Because I saw when Force Awakens came out, the first time we saw that in the theater, everyone was like, you know, every joke, the whole place was cracking up. People were like applauding and stuff like that. And it's like the second time I saw it,
people were standing up and applauding.
well, like at the end of the movie and stuff. But like people were
like
cheering.
it was an opera.
Han and Chewie show up, everyone's
Throwing
like,
roses,
right.
throwing roses at the screen. Bravissimo!
Brava!
Brava!
No, but then it was like the second time we saw it, like a day or two later, it was just a completely different experience. Even though it was packed, but people just weren't like getting into it as much as this.
Well,
so I wonder if people had already seen it.
If I know Star Wars fans, that was probably the 5th time they saw it.
Right,
the next
probably.
day. Like,
You're right, yeah.
We watched it 3 times in a row, and then this is our 2nd time today. And it's like...
But anyways, getting back to Guardians,
Yeah.
I thought, you know, I liked the first one a lot. I'm a big fan of that movie. That's a movie that was great because it wasn't, there weren't characters that I guess grew up reading or watching, and
Yeah.
I didn't have TV shows or anything, so I had no.
I was surprised.
Nobody knew this.
I had
this
no
franchise.
No preconceived notions.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know what this movie is. It looks weird as a raccoon.
They say it's Marvel, so
Right.
I'll give it a shot.
And then I remember we went to go see it together. Yeah.
We did.
And we went, and I was just like,
It was probably your 2nd or 3rd time seeing
no,
it.
actually, that was the first one.
Oh my gosh!
What?
Yes. All right.
And it was really good. I remember being like, that's so awesome that Marvel. Was that before AntMan?
It was before. Yeah, it was before.
Because I remember Marvel has just been knocking out the park with characters that you would never think of. Like, you know, a couple years ago, no one would be like, let's go see Ant-Man, guys. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. It's very unconventional.
Yeah.
I've only seen half of Ant-Man.
Ant-Man's a good movie.
Ant-Man's a good movie. It's probably
It's very fun.
It's in my top. I think it's my 3rd favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm a big fan. I thought it was very good. I think the way they do it is they handle it perfectly. Because basically any superhero movie is a silly idea. Like even Batman, it's like it's a guy who dresses up like a bat.
Yeah.
And it's like, but if you do it, if you know how to do it, it comes off like perfectly.
It just looks ridiculous
Right.
on paper. Like if you were to write it out,
Right.
like, okay, here's my idea.
That's
and
why.
if it wasn't like, hey, there's a comic book.
Right.
If you were to like pitch this just as a script, like I bet
Right.
a Hollywood studio would just be like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
And
of.
that's why Ant-Man and Guardians both work because they're just so self-aware. Like we know this is silly.
Mm-hmm.
We're having fun, and then you have fun watching it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas if they try to make Ant-Man like real serious, like no, like
Yeah.
So going back
This
really
is
quick, like
realistic.
what did you guys think of the whole sister dynamic? Like the whole, like when they explore that relationship.
Oh, and Guardians, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was really interesting.
That was very
and it added
good,
a lot
yeah.
of depth to it.
There's a lot of family themes in
Oh
these
yeah.
movies. Very deep.
Took Joel.
You're talking about Gamora, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Not
Gamora.
Ant-Man.
Gamora
I'm like-
and Nebula. Yeah.
I'm Ant-Man.
We're all over the place, but we're trying to stick to the Guardians.
Yeah, I liked it. I got kind of, it tugged at my heartstrings. I got kind of choked up a little bit.
Did you shed a tear?
It was more of a yeah, it was a
Yeah.
tear.
Full body dry heave.
It was.
The heartstrings that Joel is not currently tugging on were tugged.
They were
you know?
tugged, and I don't know. I was touched by it. I thought this movie had a lot of heart.
There was a lot of touching scenes in this movie.
Yeah, there were a lot of
A lot
touching
of,
scenes. It
very-
did everything.
Yeah.
It did everything. It had humor. It had action. And dare I say, visually, this movie was probably pretty groundbreaking with the visual and the colors.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised like if every kind of interstellar galactic Marvel movie from here on out kind of models their kind of...
Did you guys see it in 3D?
No, we didn't.
No, I didn't either. I'm sure it looks awesome in 3D, but
I don't really care for 3D movies.
I don't really either. That's why we didn't see it, because I remember, like, talking to my friend Nick, I'm like, do you want to go see it in 3D? And we're both just kind of like, not really. I don't care. I don't want to, why do I want to pay $15
Yeah.
to see it in 3D when I can go see it just 2D for at another theater for like $8. You know what I mean? It's like
This coming from the guy who made me go to Transformers in 3D. Like, I only see 3D movies because of you.
no
Like,
comment. No
That's
comment.
different.
There's a new Transformers coming out. Did you see that trailer?
I'm not even going to open
I
it.
haven't really followed that storyline.
It's a new Transformers with Mark Wahlberg. You guys gotta see it. It's gonna be great. You guys, it's a Transformer in my garage. I can't believe it.
Come on, Optimus. Come on, Optimus. Oh.
Bumblebee, we gotta go.
All right. This bit is done.
That's my
This
Mark
bit.
Wahlberg.
Okay.
Yeah.
So back to the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay, so did you guys think this was a darker movie than the first one? Because I read people online saying like, oh yeah, they went a much darker tone. Kind of like when you compare like A New Hope to Empire, it's like Empire's a much darker movie. I don't really agree with that. I think they had
different stories.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting. I kept thinking about how little events like cause like a catastrophic chain reaction of like catastrophe and disaster.
Mm-hmm.
And I was actually thinking about, Rocket stealing these like batteries.
Yeah.
And it's the thing that like started the whole thing.
Right, yeah.
Like he just stole some batteries and like, oh god, we gotta get out of here.
For no reason, just because they were easy to steal.
Yeah. And it made me think of like the first Rambo movie with Stallone and like all
when he's like
all those people died
just because he wouldn't leave.
all because he was refused service at a restaurant.
Right.
Like I was like, gosh, if they had just given him like a tune amount,
Come
like
on.
those guys would have still been alive.
Brian Dennehy.
Yeah.
Come
So
on.
I mean, I was thinking about like the plot of this movie. I'm like, gosh, if Rocket hadn't stolen those batteries, they would have been just fine.
Everyone would have been fine. Yondu would have been.
Yeah.
Well,
It's all Rocket's fault, but he's a great character.
if the Hobbits just rode on the Eagles,
Yeah.
the movie would never have happened.
Yeah.
That's true. And meant for a boring
So it goes
movie.
back.
Yeah, someone should have
Well, I
told.
destroy the mood.
No, you're
You
coming
guys
up
are
with some
laughing.
good, with some good fan fiction, alternate realities. It's like the Marvel What If.
Yeah. So
The Hobbit, What If?
So to answer your question about like kind of the plot and the darkness, like I thought it was strange. Like in the trailers and the previews, I'm like, gosh, I'm not really. I walked in and I'm like, I have no idea who the villain is, or even if there was a villain.
Yeah.
There was.
Well, I know that now, but I'm saying like.
I was like, how could you not tell?
But
It
I
was
mean,
a surprise.
But I mean, like
Surprise,
none
yeah.
of the trailers like really like showed that at all. It was more.
That was cool. That was a very interesting twist.
So I watched the first one like a couple hours before I went to the movie and saw the second one because I have the memory of a 80-year-old.
So sharp and with it.
So I was like, yes, exactly. Yes, I am so sharp and with it. So I walked into it. I'm like, okay, I have no idea who the villain is for this movie.
Right.
So I didn't know what to say. But
Did you like Kurt Russell as a villain?
I did.
Are we like giving away things?
Yeah, this is.
Yeah. If you want to see this movie and you haven't seen it by now, I mean, it's your fault. Come on.
Oh.
And you're giving this warning way too late.
I'll add a little thing at the beginning. Spoilers.
For all the people, the 4 people who listen to this.
Spoilers ahead. Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I thought it was darker, and I thought like you got a lot into like Peter's story.
Yeah.
Star-Lord.
It's great that
We're buds. Like we were on a
does,
first name basis.
right. It does feel very much like just the second piece to the puzzle. So I'm sure they're making more. I'm sure they're going to make a part 3, and
I hope
they're
so.
going to keep going. But even as is, like if they didn't make any more, it
Well,
does
they
feel
said
like a
they
nice-
said it would be back.
Did they say at the end? Okay. Which
When?
Did it say at the
It didn't say when. It just said, well, we know they're going to be in Infinity Wars.
Right,
We know they're
yeah.
going to be in the new Avengers.
Yeah.
But they're going to make a third one. I guarantee it.
Right.
If they're going to make a third
It's
Thor,
profitable, man.
I'm sure they will.
they're making a
This
third
thing-
Thor.
This thing isn't slowing down anytime soon. Okay, well,
huge fan
we're
of
about. What's that?
Thor.
All right, well,
Well, this was our
we're wrapping up
inaugural.
here. So
Clearly, you learned our Adderall has worn off. It's the end of the day.
It was a great movie.
Guardians
there
of
you
the Galaxy Part 2, Volume 2. Awesome. Go see it, even though it doesn't have Lionel Richie on the soundtrack.
go. I know.
Unless-
Heartbroken.
But it has David Hasselhoff
It does have
It
David
does have
Hasselhoff.
David-
yelling at Chris Pratt.
And that's all that really matters. You just need some. Just don't hassle the Hoff, and you'll have a good time.
Oh my goodness.
All right, guys. Well, this is Jake from the Jacobah System signing off. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you guys next time. See you.
See ya.
Bye.